Hey, what's up, everyone? Today we're going to be starting a series on improvising, and we're going to take it step by step, kind of like today I was teaching my friend how to do sparring as far as punching and kicking goes. And when I was teaching her, she was kind of overwhelmed earlier because somebody was trying to teach her, but they were just attacking her. And there's too many variables, too many things going on. So I had to show her step by step, first do this, first do that. And I want to take the same approach with improvising. And a big part of that is just to limit your options at first so that you know what you have to deal with. And then we can add as we go, as we get comfortable, and as we have a couple more ideas on how to do this. Some people, they learn a scale and they just blank out when it comes time to actually do some improvising. So I'm going to give you a couple of handicaps, if you will, when it comes to shortening the number of notes we're going to do. And then just giving you maybe 2 or 3 things to sort of ponder as you're approaching improvising. So we're going to do what a lot of people frown upon over time. They always say we're going to try to break out of the box, meaning the pentatonic box. And today we're actually going to dive into the box as far as we can, and we're really going to get the most out of this concept before we break out, because you have to learn the rules before you can bend them or break them. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at minor pentatonic scale, and the backing track that I'm going to be showing you as an example is going to be a little bit ambiguous. You could play major or minor pentatonic over the top of it, but we're going to just start with minor pentatonic in the key of D. And the chords are really, it's a lot like Sweet Child of Mine or Kenny Wayne Shepherd type sound, D, C add 9, G. So your options are pretty wide open when it comes to soloing. We're going to stay here though. Let's go to the 6th string, 10th fret, and we're going to play the minor pentatonic scale. Hopefully you're familiar with that. If not, here's a quick refresher. We're going to go 10th fret to 13th fret. Then the next 3 strings, we're going to go 10th fret to 12th fret. Then the last 2, we're going to go 10th fret to 13th fret again. So that's going to be the box shapes that we're going to work within. But today, what I want you to do while you play with the backing track is limit yourself down to just a few notes. So at first, you could just start with the middle 2 strings, and it's going to be the 10th fret and the 12th fret. So it's kind of simple because it looks like a little square shape. And you could do anything you want. This is kind of the rule set here. You can hammer on, you could pull off, you can use any technique that you learn on the website or that you already know. We can bend the notes. So in a weird way, it's like cheating because you're adding extra notes by doing that, but you're staying within these parameters of these frets and these strings. Super important. Now, don't feel bad if you reach up and hit another note. That's okay. Just try to come back and leave it to 4 notes. And a lot of people don't think you can get a lot out of 4 notes, but you'd be very surprised how many great guitar players can do more with less. That's a huge part of this lesson. Here's what we have. Okay, just try to come up with little phrases that sound good to you. That was just a little 3-note phrase, and I put it in a little group of notes. Actually, I hear a song, Can You Hear Me? Can you hear me running? I don't know what he says, but it's an old 80s song. Really cool melody. I sort of just came up with that, but in a weird way I borrowed it because it's somewhere in my mind. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to take simple ideas like that and keep repeating them. So as the backing track plays, which it will in a little bit, I'll show you the example. You're just going to go. You could choose how fast or slow to play it according to the beat. You could do other things with it as well. You can expand on it. It's just a little bit of an embellishment if you want. You can make it even simpler. You can make it a 2-note type thing. Okay, and I just chose to do a little bit of a quarter bend and some vibrato, but that's just my style. So add your style, whatever you want to do. And then switch it up and do another phrase, maybe just a lot of bends. Something like that. A good little trick to getting yourself into phrasing. A lot of people are afraid to kind of make up stupid phrases. It's kind of tense when someone's watching you improvise. So what you want to do is you want to start to think a little bit more of some words. That's what I like to do. Is I like to say an actual sentence with words in my head, and then copy the word, the syllables, with whatever notes I'm playing. I've done videos on this before, but I just wanted to remind you of it. So you could say, make up anything you want that just is short and kind of has maybe a rhythmic bounce to it. Earlier I was thinking, I like Cocoa Puffs. I don't know why that came to me. I don't even like Cocoa Puffs, but I like Cocoa Puffs. It kind of creates its own rhythm. And it's just what I came up with on the spur of the moment here, just using those 4 notes in conjunction with that phrase, okay? So I'll just show you maybe about a minute of myself doing these little tricks to a backing track, and then I'm going to let the backing track run so you could practice it for about 4 to 5 minutes. I'm not sure how long this track is. So, okay, let's get to the backing track, but utilize all those things I just talked about in this little box shape. Remember, we're in D minor pentatonic, and in the future lessons, we're going to add notes. So we're going to have all 5 pentatonic notes next time. Then we're going to add the blues note. Then we're going to expand it into more diatonic territory and just full scales and diatonic. And we're also going to start looking at modal playing in the future. So this is just going to keep snowballing until you're comfortable doing this. And then, once you know the pentatonic shapes, we're going to move them all around and then expand from there. So we're not just going to stay in one spot the whole time. Over the course of several lessons, we'll find ourselves moving around the neck as well, still staying with the same backing track, but really showing you from the ground up, like planting a seed and seeing it grow, how far around the neck you can actually get once you have a little bit of the ideas down, all right? So start small and we'll grow as we go. Okay,